Welcome back to IU Sports Media. I'm Griffin Epstein. College football is in the home stretch of the 2021 season, and this weekend saw several Big Ten teams facing off in key matchups. The hot team in the conference right now, the Michigan State Spartans, fresh off a comeback win against rival Michigan. Sparty was ranked third in the college football playoff poll, and they would face off against a resurgent Purdue team in West Lafayette. Let's roll the highlights from Ross-Ade Stadium. Things getting loud. A big matchup for Purdue trying to take down its second top 5 team on the season. It would be a great start for the Boilers. Aiden O'Connell doing some magic work, running around, finding David Bell in the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown. But Peyton Thorne would respond, finding Trey Mosley for 26 yards, all tied at 7. It'd be a shootout early, though. Aiden O'Connell, what a pretty pass to Brock Thompson. An 8-yard touchdown, and it is 14-7. Purdue. The Boilers with a little bit of Jeff Braun magic. The reverse flea flicker back to Aiden O'Connell. And then how about this run by Jackson Anthrop? Reversing field, 39 yards. Can anyone stop him? No, the big man rumbling all the way to the end zone. 21-7 Purdue. What an incredible run. What a day for Aiden O'Connell. And how about the play design? Everything working for the Boilers. But hey, Michigan State's got this guy, Kenneth Walker III, the Heisman Trophy hopeful, 14 yards out. It's 21-14 Purdue. Michigan State trying to fight back. Spartan fans excited. Can they stay undefeated? Peyton Thorne trying to help out. A nice quarterback run here, 32 yards. No one's going to catch the quarterback into the end zone just like that. We're tied at 21. Does Purdue have a response? Yes, they do. King Daru, 1 yard out. 28-21, the Boilers respond back in front at Ross-Ade Stadium. Michigan State now down 34-21, a key 4th down, and it is intercepted by Purdue at the 1-yard line. A huge turnover forced by the Boiler defense, and they're feeling it at Ross-Ade Stadium. Michigan State not done though just yet. Peyton Thorne to Trey Mosley, 11 yards out, in for the score. Still hope left for the Spartans on their undefeated season, but Purdue would salt it away. Mitchell Finneran, 22 yards out. It is good, and the Boilers take down the number 3 team in the country, 40-29. Another top 5 upset for Purdue, and they would storm the field at Ross-Ade Stadium.
This game continues to be fast-paced. You can't blink, you're going to miss something. Terry in the lane, that won't fall. Woltman the offensive board. Brown got the block, and off the knee of Woltman. Indiana basketball. Woltman will take a seat. Learn will enter. Abby Ellis will enter as well, as Terry will get a much-needed rest on the bench. She leads the way with 14 points. No one else for Purdue has more than 6.
We've got Alexa Gouldbay back in for Keandra Brown as well. Put a little bit more height on that Indiana defense.
Well, they really played small, but Hoosiers defense has been very effective today after their worst performance of the season on Thursday. Steal by Purdue, and then a loose ball foul on Indiana. The Hoosiers have done a much better job taking care of the ball. They have just 6 turnovers. Purdue has 15 of them.
That's a huge scoring difference, or huge margin, excuse me. Something that really we talked about a little bit, momentum-wise. You have to keep worrying about turnovers like Purdue, whereas Indiana, they don't have that much defensive pressure on them. It can really change the game, and we've seen it in the way that Indiana's been able to come out into this half.
17-point lead for the Hoosiers, trying for the 3rd straight season to sweep the Boilers. Open 3 is good. Jayla Smith from downtown coming off her last couple best games of the season. The true freshman gets her first points. Cardano Hillary with a seam, can't finish. Smith running the floor with Abby Ellis. Now, Smith's a player that can get hot. She's now 7 of her last 9 from downtown in the last 4 games. Would be a player to bring Purdue back. Boilers are a good 3-point shooting team. Averaging 8 3-pointers per game, 4th in the Big Ten. Speaking of threes, Brooke Moore from way downtown. She made that one from Indianapolis, and Purdue is right back in this ball game, an 8-0 run. Now Moore leads the way in terms of percentage from three. Someone else besides Terry stepping up for Purdue. They needed it.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, what good ball movement. Cardano Hillary wide open. It's good. It stops the run. NCH with 15 points tonight.
A quiet 15 points at that, which seems like the name of her game. You know, she's not necessarily the flashiest player. You notice her defense, but her scoring can go a bit unnoticed in the way that she's so crafty about it.
She's going to be called for the foul there on Brooke Moore. What ball movement, though, on this possession? Inside, outside.
It's fantastic planning, and having someone like Gulbe who's tall enough to just lob it outside is a really good move.
Inside and the foul. Abby Ellis taking the contact. Purdue is not quitting. Well, they did this against Northwestern. They trailed in that game by more than 20 points. They cut the lead to single digits, ended up falling by 13. But this is a Purdue team that Katie Gerald's talked about. They will not quit. A lot of fight. What an athletic move. Ellis a chance to convert the old-fashioned three-point play in front of the Indiana student section. The lead back down to 11. Well, Purdue's found a spark right when they needed it, trying to cut it back to single digits before the final 10. Trying to pull off a statement upset, build them some momentum to try to get back in the NCAA tournament picture. A month ago, they were a bubble team. They've lost 5 of their last 7. Patberg to Cardano Hillary has 3 threes. Instead, she'll put it on the floor, fouled by Learn, and she'll have 2 shots at the line. Cardano Hillary, 5 straight games now, has scored at least 11 points and hit a 3. She has been playing some of her best offensive basketball of the season. Of course, didn't play in that Purdue game.
Right, she's been so instrumental in every game that she comes in one way or another. I think a really key reason why Indiana is having the success that they're having this season.
It's pretty funny when we talked to Katie Gerald yesterday. You asked her, Amanda, you know, Cardano Hillary's back. How do you handle her? And Gerald said, you know, you tell me. I have no idea.
I was like, I don't know either. She's like, do you know the answer?
And they haven't had an answer for her today. She does miss both free throws, but she's got 15 points, 4 boards, and has been excellent defensively. Arguably the most underrated defensive player in the Big Ten. How good was she against Michigan last Monday with 8 steals in that game?
Exactly.
Shot clock off for Purdue. Moore tries another 3. That one rims out. And that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Well, the Hoosiers got the lead up to as big as 17. However, Purdue clipped back. And we've still got a ball game as we head to the final 10 minutes of basketball from Assembly Hall. It's Indiana 52, Purdue 41, as you're watching Big Ten's Women's Hoops on Big Ten Plus.
Cam Craddock will lead things off for the Bears, the left fielder, to start things here in the 4th. Perkins comes set, and the first pitch to Craddock. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Mentioned this ballpark, Hammons Field, was built in 2004. The Missouri State Bears started playing right away, right after it was built. 2004, their first season here, as the 0-1 smash foul down the third base line in front of the Bears dugout, 0-2. And the Springfield Cardinals moved here from El Paso, Texas, with the new ballpark, becoming the AA affiliate of the Cardinals. We're in the Texas League until last year when things got moved around with minor league realignment. The 0-2 is popped up down the third base line and off the netting behind the Bears dugout. It stays 0-2. It's really a fine ballpark. Obviously really nice for a D1 team to call home. For a AA team as well. So here comes the 0-2. Again, fouled away by Craddock and out of play. That one out onto the secondary concourse, which I got a chance to go up there and kind of has almost Fenway Park, old-timey ballpark feel up there. It's a high-up terrace, not too many seats, good view. Red seats, green awning. Just feels old-timey, even though it's a pretty new ballpark. The 0-2, hopper up the middle, over to his right is Glasser, gloves it, throws to first, and there's one away. Indiana Baseball is brought to you by Brinegar Eye Care, providing exams, contact lenses, eyeglasses, and medical testing, and accepting most insurance plans. For more information or to schedule your next eye exam, see them at BrinegarEyeCare.com. Brinegar Eye Care, let their family take care of your family. One away here in the fourth. Mason Hull, the first baseman, comes to the plate. Hull takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. Perkins comes set, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. That's a changeup falling off a table into the dirt, and Hull went to fishing. The 1-1 pitch, slider just missed outside, 2-1. IU 7, Missouri State 1, bottom of the fourth. From Hammonds Field in Springfield, Game 2, Missouri State won yesterday 9-7, completing a 5-run comeback. The 2-1 catches the outside corner 2-2. The Bears will have to come from behind by 7 today if they want to get a victory. IU trying to even up this series at 1 apiece. Bring us to a rubber match tomorrow. 2-2, swung on and missed. Slider falling out of the zone. Hull goes chasing again, and Perkins has his 6th strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down in the fourth, and the blip for Perkins in the third inning seems to be just that. He has regained his really good stuff. It's Dakota Kitowski, the right fielder, comes to the plate. He struck out in the second. First pitch to Kitowski, swung on and lofted high in the air to right field. Colopy back, he's under it a couple steps in front of the warning track and makes the catch. What a great bounce back inning by Jack Perkins. The Bears go down in order. We're through 4. It's Indiana 7, Missouri State 1. You're listening to Indiana Baseball on Hoosier Country 105 and the Indiana Hoosiers Sports Network.
From bottom of the Big Ten to top in the nation,
it's been a miracle.
Indiana women's basketball's rise from a perennial bottom feeder to Final Four contender has been a remarkable turnaround. All the more memorable for the fans that have been there from the start.
But we talk about that we never dreamed they'd get this good.
Lyon, a professor in IU School of Public Health, has passionately been cheering on the Hoosiers for over 10 years.
I really get nervous. I have to, I think one of the reasons I stand up and yell and scream is it releases the nervousness because I want them to do well.
What started as a way to embarrass her students on the team quickly became a rabid fandom. In 2014, she formed the Behind the Bench Bunch with other longtime fans.
Behind the bench is a lot of fun because we always save seats for each other and we really cheer for the team.
The group has its own website and cheers, with its most fervent members almost never missing a home game. The difference today? More people in Assembly Hall joining them.
It used to be that I could arrive about half an hour before a game and easily get a seat behind the bench. Now I got to get here about 90 minutes before the game, which is good.
And there's no doubt the increase in fans correlated with the Hoosiers' improved play. Indiana is ranked in the top 25 this season in fan attendance and in the top 10 in the country in the AP rankings.
Every time we get to run out of that tunnel and just see how many fans are here to support us. We know they're a big part of our success, and we just hope that they continue to support us because we're going to need them down the road.
Success, like the program-altering 13,000 fans that turned out for the WNIT championship game in 2018.
And I know I cried at the end of that game when I knew we were going to win because it's like, this is a miracle.
Ever since then, Assembly Hall has felt and sounded different.
There's no doubt that there's a different kind of energy level in here. Now that we have our fan base, certainly our kids, that's the first thing that they always talk about. Game day or game night, we can go out and be in front of Hoosier Nation.
They believe this energy and fan engagement is sustainable.
The spirit is here. They've gotten great support to build the program. It has been built, and I think fans are here to stay.
For the Hoosier Network, I'm Griffin Epstein.